No, not yet, Mom.
No? Michaela, do you have snow in Santa Fe, Michaela?
Yes, very little.
Very little? Okay, cool.
We didn't get any snow down in Las Lunas.
No snow in Los Lunas. We didn't get any. I live down in the valley in Albuquerque, and we didn't get any snow in Albuquerque, or at least where I am in Albuquerque. Sometimes different parts of Albuquerque get snow, but we didn't get any snow today.
I got wind.
As you can tell, I am very cold today, so I'm wearing my hat. It's even cold in my house today.
Hey,
Sarah.
Can I tell a joke?
Hold on really quick. Hold on. I can't tell who is talking. Somebody is saying Miss Sarah. Oh, Victoria. Okay.
I'm gonna type that.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Pokemon lover, I don't know your name, but I had to mute you really quick because Victoria is trying to talk. Okay, babe? Go ahead, Victoria.
So my mom told me that it might snow later today.
I love the snow. We all know I love the snow, right? Last time we did an experiment with the snow. I drank some snow, you know,
Yep.
because
You drank snow.
I did drink snow. Okay, it looks like we still have a couple more people coming into the classroom. I'm going to okay. Remember, guys, everybody has to stay muted for us to have this many people in our class. And Pokemon lover, again, I don't know your name, but you are correct. Snow is water. But everybody was freaking out when I was drinking it. I melted it in the microwave and then I drank it and they were like, yeah, that's gross, but it's not. It's just water. It's just water. You're very right, bud.
Sarah, I typed what you would be okay to call me in the chat to you.
Oh, let's see. Owen. Yes, I knew that, Owen, because I also sent you an email, Owen. I should know your name. I will try my best to remember. Sometimes you have to remind me because there's so many kids that I can't remember everybody all the time, but I will try my best. Okay, Owen? Okay. So we are going to start this. Before I get started, there was somebody, and I see Aspen. Hi, Aspen. There was somebody that stayed after in class last week that told me a joke, and I told them that they could start the day with that joke. Is that person on this call?
It was me.
Was it you, Owen? Okay, Owen is going to tell a joke. Then Michaela is going to tell a joke. And then I'm going to let one other person tell a joke, and then we're going to start class today. Okay. All right. So Owen, we're hands down, everybody hands down, because we're all going to give our attention to Owen because Owen is going to tell his first joke. Owen, please tell us your joke.
Why did the snowman name his dog Frost?
Why did the snowman name his dog Frost? Does anyone have a guess? Raise your hand if you have a guess. Oh, you can hear my dog barking. Sorry about that, guys. Grace.
Yeah, we have 2 dogs.
Yeah, I have 4 dogs. Yeah, so they always bark. Grace, why did the snowman name his dog Frost?
Because he was made of frost.
Because he was made of frost. Is that the right answer, Owen? No? Does anybody else have a guess? It looks like the Colt family. Again, I can't say your last name. You're just going to be the Colt family until I can switch you guys to something else. Do you guys have a guess why they named the snowman's dog Frost?
Because it gives everyone frostbite.
Okay, can you repeat that?
Because it gives everyone frostbite.
You are extremely close.
Okay. Oh, extremely close. Something to do with frostbite. Anybody else want to give one last guess before we let Owen tell us? Aspen, you want to guess? Go ahead, bud. Oh, Owen, or Aspen, you're really choppy. Try one more time, bud. What did you say?
It was made out of snow.
Because he's made out of the snow, I think is what Aspen
Flakes.
said. Out of the snowflakes. All right. Owen, how about you tell us what the answer is?
Aspens was not the correct answer, but the correct answer is because frost bites.
Oh, because frost bites. Yes, Cult Family, you had it very, very close. All right, guys. Thank you, Owen, for sharing that joke. Now make sure you put yourself on mute again, okay, bud? So that everybody can hear each other. All right, Michaela, go ahead and tell us your joke.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why did the chicken cross the road? Grace, I see your hand up. Do you want to answer, Grace?
To get to the other side.
To get to the other side, is that the right answer, Michaela? Michaela muted herself.
What did she say?
To get to
get
the other
To
side.
the other side.
No? Okay, one more guess. And I saw Calliope. Do you want, is that how you say your name? No. I know your mom, and so I should know how to say your name, but
It's Calliope.
Calliope, did you have a guess? I saw your hand up. I wasn't sure if you had a guess. Maybe. Okay, you're muted, Calliope, so I can't hear you, and I'm going to try to remember how to say your name next time. Does anyone else want to guess why the chicken crossed the road? Nobody? Okay, Michaela, how about you give us the answer?
Because it was bored. I think you heard wrong. I said, why didn't the chicken cross the road?
Oh, well, that makes a big difference. Why
Because
didn't
it was bored. Because it always crosses the road.
Oh, because he always crosses the road. So this time he decided not to cross the road. Okay, well, that's a tricky one. Okay, now I know everybody's not going to be allowed to tell a joke today because there's just not enough people and not enough time. We might just have to have a joke class. Victoria, I do see your question on the group chat and I can't answer it right this moment. Okay, we might have to have a joke class where everybody just comes and tells jokes because I can't do jokes all day long. Otherwise, we'll never get to our class. But I am going to choose somebody that I don't think has ever had a chance. Benjamin, would you like to tell a joke? Okay. Oh, wait.
The road.
Wait. Try again. Now you're not muted. Go ahead.
Why did the skeleton cross the road?
Why did the skeleton cross the road? That is a good question. It looks like Mallory, Rain, and somebody else might have an answer. Can you guys unmute yourself? There you go.
Because he didn't have the guts.
Oh, good job. That was a good answer. Good job. Thank you, Benjamin. And thank you, Mallory, Rain, and what's the last kiddo in your group? Zachary. Okay, I can only see a short little part on my Zoom screen, so I'll try to remember your name. Okay, Zachary. If not, you can be like, Miss Sarah, my name is Zachary, because you have to remind me sometimes. All right, guys. So those were our jokes. Those were fabulous jokes. You guys are so amazing. We're getting so good at sharing and taking turns. And maybe I will just schedule an extra class sometime so everybody can just tell jokes. But for today, we're going to get started on our class. So give me just a second. Remember, always remember, I can't hear you. You can hear me. You have to keep yourself muted, okay? Unless I say everybody should unmute themselves or I ask, you specifically. It's just way too hard for me to hear everybody if everybody unmutes themselves, okay, guys? So make sure you stay muted. And we're going to move through class today. At the end, I want to see brochures. So if you did your brochure and you want to share it with the group, there will be time at the end of class today to share, okay? So don't worry about that. If you didn't do your brochure, that's okay. There's no harm, no foul. I'm not going to be upset. It was just a choice and something for you guys to do, okay? So let me get our class started because today we are going to talk about the very first level that we learned about, and my dog just keeps scratching at the door. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Good grief. Okay, the very first level. So we're talking about what kingdom do you live in? Okay, so we're gonna do, hold on. I see people are still in our waiting room and I have to make sure everybody, they're just not waiting there for me, like tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. They would get really bored. Okay. Here we go.
Sarah?
Yes, ma'am.
So could you send Crystal the link for this class? Because Faith, she wanted to know if Faith could like see what we did, and she needs to show it, and she wants to like, and her grandbabies might want to start like doing the class.
Yeah. So when the class is over, I always record it and then I always put it on the Nature Niños website so anybody can have it. Okay. So just anybody that wants it, they can go to the Nature Niños website and they can find it. I'll also email it out to everybody that's in class today because I do that. You know, I'll send it out with your homework and I'll send out the recording as well. But it's always on the website too. Okay, great. Sound good? Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. What kingdom do we live in? But before we move on to the kingdoms, I want to know who can name the 7 levels of classification. We talked about them last week. Okay, raise your hand if you would like to try to answer at the very first level of classification. So I'm sure somebody remembers it. Come on, guys. I don't see a lot of hands raised. Jarjusi family, come on. I know you guys know this. Your mom she'd be like, I taught my kids that. I know that. Okay, so the very first one, it looks like Isabella has her hand raised. Isabella, what's our very first level of classification?
Kingdom.
Kingdom, right on. Okay, fabulous. Who knows the next level of classification? Colt family.
Phylum.
Phylum, you guys are awesome. Okay, who knows the next level of classification? Kingdom, phylum. Lila, James, and Abby, please tell me the next level of classification.
Class.
Class. Oh yeah, you guys are awesome, just like you're in class right now. Okay, next level of classification. Connor, Grady, go for it, bud. Order. Yeah, fabulous. I almost didn't hear you. You like unmuted yourself and muted yourself so quick. It was like really quick like that. Okay, cool. Next one. Jonathan and Robert.
Species.
Oh, family, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family. And what is our last one? Last one.
Species.
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 Yeah, answer. Species. Oh, no. You guys are wrong again. Look at that. What is on our classroom board right there? Genus, right? And then comes, everybody do it. What is it? What's the last one?
Species.
Species.
Yes. Okay. So we have a whole 7 of them. Everybody do it together. Put yourself on mute real quick. Everybody's on mute. I shouldn't be able to hear anyone. Okay. I want to see 7 fingers up in the air. Okay. We're going to do it together on mute. Okay. First one. Kingdom. Kingdom. Phylum.
Class.
Order.
Family.
Genus.
Species.
Now.
Kingdom. Phylum. Class. Order.
I can hear somebody. That means somebody is not muted. I don't know who that is, but now, who can tell me, this was my favorite one, and I told you guys this last time, and I know Ryan knows this one. Ryan, my daughter, knows this one. How did we remember it? King Philip, right?
I know.
Oh, okay, say it. Whoever that is, go ahead.
King Philip, come out for goodness sake.
Yes, everybody do it. Remember, you have to like tap on your chest because that's how you remember it. That's how I remember it. King Philip, for goodness sake, right? That's how we remember it. King Philip, come out for goodness sake. All right, you guys are awesome. Okay, so we had a little recap. So now we know our 7 levels of classification. Today, we are going to talk about, I was trying to use something cool on Zoom, but I'm still learning. Look, it didn't even work well. Man, good grief. Okay, we're going to talk about kingdom today. All right, we're going to talk about kingdom. All right, so we're moving on. There are 6 kingdoms. We're gonna watch a quick little video. It's only like a minute and a half or something like that, okay? We're gonna try, hopefully the internet cooperates with us. We know how that goes sometimes. We definitely don't wanna listen to the ad because that's super boring. So we're gonna make this bigger. We're gonna wait for the ad to be done, and then I'll turn up the volume for everybody. No thanks, we don't want that. So 6 levels of kingdom. Ready? Or your 6 kingdoms.
All life on Earth
Ready?
can be placed into one of 6 groups based on similarities. The groups are called kingdoms. The 6 kingdoms are plant, animal, bacteria, archaea, protists, and fungi. Members of the plant kingdom include flowers, trees, cactuses, and more. All plants are made of plant cells. Also, all plants are autotrophs because they make food through photosynthesis. Organisms in the animal kingdom include bears, fish, insects, and other multicellular organisms.
And us, right? We go
All
in the animal
animals
kingdom.
are made of animal cells that have a nucleus. Cells with a nucleus are called eukaryotic. Lastly, all animals are heterotrophs because they eat food for energy. Bacteria are single-celled organisms that live almost everywhere. Bacteria cells are different from animal cells because they do not have a nucleus. Cells without a nucleus are called prokaryotic. Archaea are similar to bacteria because both are single-celled prokaryotes. However, archaea have a different chemical makeup than bacteria. The next group are called protists. These organisms are microscopic and can be found in pond water. Some examples are paramecium, amoebas, and euglenas. Mushrooms belong to the fungi group. Mold on an orange is another example of a fungi. Fungi are decomposers because they absorb energy from dead organisms. So go exploring and try to group your discoveries by cell type, ability to make food, and the number of cells in their body. Place your discoveries into a kingdom.
Okay, so that's our quick. We're going to talk about it a lot now, right? What are our 6 kingdoms of life, right? So we went through the 6 kingdoms super, super quick. So now if you have a piece of paper, this is what I want you to do. I want you to get a piece of paper out, okay? And I want you to put it on your table and take a pencil or a pen, and I want you to trace your hand so that you can have a handprint like this, because we're going to do a cool project that helps us remember what our 6 kingdoms of life are. Just like we have King Philip, come out for goodness sake, right? That helps us remember our 7 levels of classification. Now we're going to try to remember our 6 kingdoms, okay? So grab a piece of paper, like I said, get a pencil or a pen and trace your hand. All right, everybody should have a nice little handprint right here. If you don't have a piece of paper, totally fine. Not going to fail you in class because guess what? You don't get a grade, so it's not a big deal, all right? But it's kind of a fun activity, so if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, that's okay. I'm fine with that as well, okay, guys? So I'm going to give you just a couple minutes or maybe like 30 seconds. I know your hands aren't that big, right? You should be able to trace your hand pretty quick. See some of you still working. Maybe give me a thumbs up when you're done. That way I know we can move on. See, Dash is working hard. Aspen's working hard. Give me a quick thumbs up when we're done. You want to see something funny? Look how funny my thumb is, you guys. Like my thumb doesn't even go like straight up. It should be like this, but it goes way back like that. Does anybody else have a funky thumb like me? I see you, James. Yeah, you got a funky thumb. Okay. All right, we're going to move on. If you haven't traced your hand, be sure to trace your hand before we get too far into this project, okay? So remember, we're going to talk about our 6 kingdoms of life, okay, that all fit under that very first level of classification. Okay, so this is how we remember it. Number 1, okay, number 1, another way to say it is mono. So mono means 1, okay? So eukaryotic bacteria and archaea bacteria, they all go into 1. So really there's 2 kingdoms in that number 1, but that's because they're monocelled. They have 1 cell, okay? They're the ones that are really tiny. They don't look like animals. They don't look like plants, and they're the bacteria. Okay, we can see kind of pictures of them. We're gonna move on. Oh, actually, I'm gonna go backwards really quick. So what I want you to do on your index finger on your number 1 is I actually want you to write these 2 words. I want you to write eukaryotic, and I want you to write archaebacteria on your number 1. So instead of right here where it shows, index, I want it to say the 2 bacterias, or you could just write bacteria. You choose, okay? That's where our bacteria lives. They live in the number 1 because they have 1 cell. They have monocell, 1 cell, okay? So your number 1 finger, your pointer finger on your hand should say bacteria, all right? We're gonna move on. And don't worry, if you miss it, at the very end, there will be a big picture with all of it and you can copy it again, okay? All right, so here's just a little bit of information on some of these bacteria that we're talking about, okay? Our eukaryotic bacteria, in 1983, scientists tool samples from a spot deep in the Pacific Ocean where hot gases and molten rock boiled into the ocean to form the Earth's interior. To their surprise, they discovered unicells, 1 cell, right? Because it goes on 1, number 1, 1 cell, organisms in the sample. So in that sample, they found eukaryotic bacteria, okay? And it lives in extremely hot situations, okay? So this is crazy. It's not going to live anywhere. It's not going to find it in the bathtub. You're not going to find it in your house. It lives in really, really crazy atmospheres. Yes, Grace?
Like a volcano?
Like a volcano, exactly, my dear, like a volcano. And you can see over here, right? What are we looking at in this picture? So the hot springs of Yellowstone National Park, USA, were among the first places that eukaryotic bacteria were discovered. The biologists pictured above are immersing microscope slides into the boiling pool into which some eukaryotic might be captured to study. So they have a long stick and they're taking the little pieces of glass that go underneath a microscope and they're dipping it in there right far away because of course it's hot. And they're going to study what's inside there. They're going to see if they can find the eukaryotic bacteria, okay? Then we're going to move on. This is our other bacteria. Remember, they're all grouped together in number 1, like eukaryotic. So the archaea are complex and single cell. Most bacteria in this kingdom, most of them are bacteria in this kingdom, okay? They are the kind found everywhere and the ones that people are most familiar with, okay? These are the kind of ones that if somebody says, oh, my throat hurts, okay, it's probably, they could have strep throat, which is a kind of bacteria. So these are the kind of bacteria that we hear about them. Yeah, it's not fun. Nobody wants strep throat, but these are not the ones that live in a hot volcano. These are the ones that if we don't wash our hands really well and we aren't watching what we touch, then these are the bacteria that we can bring into our bodies, okay? So remember, everybody put out number 1, pointer finger, bacteria, right? Bacteria, fabulous. All right, I see, Grace. I just realized, Grace, that the brochure is actually this week's homework. You were supposed to do it after this class. You're ahead of the game. I'm pretty sure nobody else did a brochure yet because that's actually the homework I'm gonna give you this week. So you don't have homework this week. All right. Moving on to our pinky. We did our index finger. It's number 1, right? Our pinky, P is for pinky, P is for protist, okay? So on your pinky, where you see the word pinky on my screen, what I want you to actually write is protist, okay? Protist, All right, these are multi-cell organisms, okay? If they were animal-like, they'd be amoeba. If they were plant-like, they would be algae. If they were fungus-like, they could be slimy mold. That's kind of gross, right? All right, so there's all different varieties of protist, but we can remember it because P, our pinky, is protist. Okay, so number 1 is mono. 1, it's our bacteria. They're monocell. They only have 1 cell. P is pinky for protist. Okay, so here we go. Some slime molds and algae are protists. Sometimes they're called the odds and ends kingdom because its members are so different from one another. Okay, protists include all microscopic organisms that are not bacteria, not animals, not plant, and not fungi. Okay, most protists are unicellular. You may be wondering why those protists are not classified as our bacteria. It's because unlike bacteria, protists are complex cells. So even though they might only have 1, okay, just like our mono, they're actually complex. So they can't be in the same group. They don't have the same qualities as those bacteria that fit in that mono cell, okay? All right, next one. R for ring finger. And this is the way I remember it. I have a ring on my finger because I married a fun guy, like a fungi, you know, like a mushroom. Okay, I didn't marry a mushroom because that would be weird. But if I had a ring on my finger, it's because I married a fun guy. Okay, so these are really cool to study. These are the decomposers, right? They're multicellular and they're decomposers. Mushrooms, mold, and mildew are all examples of the kingdom fungi. Okay, I see, Grace. I see what's going on there. You've got some awesome examples. Remember, if you guys need me, you're going to have to put it in the group chat because I can't see everybody on my screen. So if you really need to say something or you have a question and you need me to stop, be sure you type you need help in the group chat because I can't see everybody's faces unless I keep scrolling through, and then I can't pay attention if I'm still scrolling through, okay? So most fungi are multicellular and consist of many complex cells, okay? So if we are looking over here on the right-hand side, you can see this is a mushroom, right? They cannot make their own food, okay? Just like we have plants make their own food through photosynthesis. You look at this mushroom and it looks like a plant. However, unlike plants, fungi cannot make their own food. They actually get their food from, does anyone know? Oh, you probably read it actually. It's on my screen. That would be not a very tricky question for you. They get their food from plants that are decaying in the soil. So they actually eat the things that are dying. Kind of crazy, right? So, number 1, we're going to recap every time before we move on. Number 1 means mono, 1 cell, mono. Number 1, that's where our bacteria go, right? There's 2 of them in there, okay? Our 2 bacteria. Then we have our P for pinky, which is also protist, right? And then I have a ring on my finger because I married a fungi. A fungi, yeah, fabulous.
That was
Okay.
that was my birthday joke because I was a fun guy.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
a
you're a
fun
fun
guy.
guy.
Because I'm a fun guy.
I love it. I love it. Yes. So I have a ring on my finger because I married a fun guy, right? Okay. And even though fungi can look like a plant, they actually don't make their own food like plants. All right. Now I have a feeling the next 2 groups, you're really going to know what they are because those are the easiest groups to remember. So we probably need a little less help. Our middle finger is our tallest finger, right? If you're looking at my fingers, most people, not everybody, their middle finger is their tallest finger, okay? The tallest finger is the largest group. Our largest group is our animals, okay? Animalia, okay? It's our largest group. It has the most things that are encompassed inside that group. Therefore, it is the longest finger, okay? So we have vertebrates, we have invertebrates. They are multicellular and they're heterotroph, which means they also don't make their own food. They have to find their food and they have to eat their food, right? Okay, so that one's like pretty easy, right? It's long, it's the biggest, the tallest, it has the most. It is our animals. Okay, everybody got it? We're going to recap again. I know you're probably getting bored with it, but hopefully if we recap, then everybody understands all of them. One is mono, one cell, bacteria, right? Our 2 bacteria groups go inside there because they're the most simplest of everything. They fit right inside with one cell. P is protist, right? P is protist. My ring finger, I have a ring on my finger because I married a fun guy. Fun guy. Yeah. Yes. And then our animal has the largest, they have the most in their group. So they have to fit in the biggest finger. So our animals go on the middle finger. So make sure, again, where I have the word middle, you're actually writing animal or animalia, okay? Everybody got it? Okay, we're going to our last one. Who can guess? I'm gonna go ahead and let you unmute yourself really quick. Who can guess what anybody that wants to, who can guess
Ooh,
what our last group is?
I want to. Me.
Wait, pause. Nobody unmute, everybody mute. Everybody mute. We didn't even get to our slide about animals, okay? It's kind of crazy. I don't know what I was thinking. I was about to skip to the next one when we're not even done yet. And Michaela, if you're having a hard time, Liv, at the very end, there's going to be a whole hand with all the words on it. So don't worry if you didn't get them all, okay? I'll show them again so everybody can write them again. I can see that you're trying to write fast, but don't worry, okay? Don't worry. So our animal kingdom, our biggest, tallest finger, the biggest kingdom there is, there's 1 million. 1 million, you guys are probably too young for that. 1 million known species of animals, okay? And that means known. That could mean that there are species out there that we don't even know about yet, right? So all of the animals, we talked about this, all have complex cells, okay? It means that they have more than one part inside their cell. And they're heterotrophs, which means they eat other things, okay? They might eat plants, they might eat animals, they might eat both. We're not really sure, depends which animal we're talking about, but they don't make their own food, okay? And they live all over the world. Just like some of our bacteria only live in the hot volcano areas, our animals can live in a wide variety of spaces across the earth, okay? So now we're gonna go to the next one. If you think you know what it is, unmute yourself. It's our very, very last group.
Is it plant? Is it plant?
Ooh, is it plants? I heard somebody say it.
Plants.
Oh, now a funny saying is when people can grow things really well, like I have a garden and I usually grow lots and lots of vegetables in my garden, and people will tell me, oh, you must have a green thumb. I don't know why they say it, but that's what they say. If you can grow plants really well and you don't kill them, they say you have a green thumb. So our plants are our thumb. We have a green thumb, okay? Now, these can be a little bit different because these are autotrophs, right? They're autotrophs. They make their own food through photosynthesis, okay? So they don't need other animals to eat. We know that. That would be kind of weird. I've never seen a tree eating something, right? I hope that made somebody laugh, because if you just picture a tree eating something, it just sounds kind of funny, right? They don't need to because they make their own food. Pretty awesome. So let's move. Oh, go ahead. Somebody had something to say. Did somebody have a question or something to say? No? Paxton, do you have-
I think I was just raising my hand to tell the plant thing.
Oh, okay. I understand. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're at plants. It looks like Paxton might have a question. Paxton, do you have a question?
Well, I kind of have a problem. I can't see this. I can only see everyone, but I can't see what you're
What I'm
doing.
talking about.
Yeah. So, do you know how I can leave?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, can you kick me out?
Okay, we had that problem before where I accidentally kicked somebody out and then they weren't allowed back in. So if you go down to the bottom of your screen, bud, you should, it should say leave group, and you can, or leave the meeting, and you can leave the meeting. And then when I see you come back into the waiting room, when you join it again, you'll be able to see everything again, hopefully.
No, I'm actually not allowed. I can't see that.
Okay, hold on really quick.
I can't see.
help.
Okay, go ahead. Who knows how to help?
Me, Isabella.
Isabella.
So I don't know if this might work, but if you tap the screen and look at the top of your screen, it might say go to screen share, and you'll be able to see the screen share.
Okay, I see it, but I can't
Press it.
press it.
Can you see the? Can you see
yeah.
the screen share? Now?
Yeah, but it's like
See the-
I can, but it's like only a little.
That happened to me and Faith last week.
Oh, you couldn't see anything either, Faith or Grace?
Well, we could see it, but the mouse wouldn't move. We couldn't say anything. The screen, like, we had to go back out and come back in.
Oh, okay. So
I can't leave the meeting.
Yeah, hold on really quick, Paxton. I'm going.
How the hell?
Hold on, Paxton. Let me see what I can do here, okay?
Are you on like a Chromebook
Okay,
or
Paxton,
on the Windows?
I'm going to remove you from the meeting, but I don't know if you're going to be allowed to come back in. Actually, I'm going to put you in the waiting room and then put you back in, okay? So just wait just a second, okay, Paxton?
It worked for us. We got back in.
Yeah, but you left it. I didn't force you out of the group. I remember at some point, I think it was Michaela. I accidentally booted Michaela out of the group and then it wouldn't let her back in. So I definitely
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna, Paxton, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room and then I'll put you back in. And let's see if that works.
Excuse me, I can tell you what the phrase green thumb means.
Okay, go ahead, tell me.
It means you take care of your plants very well.
It does mean,
Also means you're a plant mom.
yes, it is very true.
That's what the version of green thumb came from.
Yes, you're very correct. It means that you take care of your plants really, really well. Now let's see.
It's not, I'm able to write everything. I just have to, my hand's just very small.
Oh, it does make it difficult. You're right, Michaela. We'll talk about that at the end though, okay? Let me see if Paxton got added back to our group and if he can see everything now. Paxton, can you see now?
Yeah.
Woo, party time. We fixed it out. Yeah. So next time it happens to anybody, I'll just put you back in the waiting room and then add you back to the group. Okay. So if anyone has to remind me what I did to Paxton, somebody tell me like, Miss Sarah, this is what you did. Okay. All right. Good job, Paxton. I'm glad you can see us now. All right. Let me make you guys smaller on my screen again so I can see my thing. Okay. So here we're talking about the plants, right? So you're probably quite familiar with the members of this kingdom as it contains all the plants that you come to know. Flowering plants, mosses, ferns, trees, okay? All of those things fit under this plant category, okay? Plants we talked about are autotrophs. They make their own food, right? We have a green thumb, they make their own food. Without plants, life on earth would not exist. It is not possible to have any life without plants. It is the most important category. Plants feed almost all heterotrophs, okay? That means if you eat something, more than likely at some point you are eating a plant, okay? Not a lot of us are carnivores, especially people. There are some animals that are carnivores, but the animals that they're eating eat plants. Okay, so if those animals didn't have plants to eat, then they wouldn't be there for the carnivores to eat. It's a big circle of life, right? We need all of it to make it work. Okay? So here we go. We have our full hand. Look at this cool hand, all right? If you don't have the spelling for all of the words, here they are. Now you will see, let me get my thing right here. You will see right here, it says monera. That means monocelled. If you wrote bacteria, that's totally 100% okay. All right. You don't have to change it. Bacteria is perfectly fine. Matter of fact, what I might do is just write bacteria. So in case anyone needs the spelling, okay, bacteria for our pointer finger, okay? That way you have the spelling. So I'm gonna leave it here for just a little bit. So that everybody has the perfect way to spell these words. Now, part of your homework this week, okay?
Can I show them what they're gonna do?
I know that's Grace already. And Grace, in just a little bit, I will let you show them, okay? In just a
Okay.
But part of your homework is also to decorate this. Now look, this is cool, right? They made it into a lion and they made it into plants. Get as creative as you want. Now, Michaela was saying, oh, well, my hand is really small, Miss Sarah, and it's really hard to write all of these words on my little tiny fingers. You know, if you want to grab an adult and trace their hands and then remake this after class, totally cool. You can do that. Okay. It doesn't have to be your hand. I'm not going to be like, hey, that hand looks way too big. It doesn't belong to you. You didn't do the assignment right. Like, not going to happen. Right, guys? So if you want to use a bigger hand, feel free. Okay. And get it.
Miss Sarah, can we ask a question? Square has a question for you.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead, Eskim.
First thing is coronavirus is the same thing as bacteria, right?
Coronavirus, is that what you asked? Where COVID would fit into this? So COVID would probably fit into a bacteria. Yeah, that's why we need to wash our hands and we need to make sure that we're staying clean, right? Making sure that we're not spreading germs. Yes, SQ.
So, way to unmute is to press the space bar.
Oh, you can unmute with the space bar? Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
Microphone?
Can I also mute myself with the space bar?
No.
No, you can only unmute yourself with a space bar.
Whoa, it works.
What? Hold on, I'm gonna try.
hold it.
Hold on.
You can't do it yourself.
No, it didn't work for me, SQ.
You have to hold it down.
Oh, okay.
I'm able to and unmute myself with it.
You're supposed to tap it and then it will work. You can unmute and mute yourself.
Hold it down and then
Okay.
you don't want to talk anymore.
You guys are awesome. I'm learning all these amazing Zoom tricks.
Hello.
Pretty cool. Thank you, SQ. Okay, so I'm gonna make a big screen really quick where I can see everybody. I want everybody to give me a thumbs up if you have all the words on your hand that you need. Okay, thumbs up if you are done. If I don't see a thumbs up, then I know I'm gonna have to leave this screen on for just a little bit longer. It's looking like Aspen, how are you doing, bud? Do you have are you done?
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Oh, Aspen, you're so choppy today. Your internet is really choppy, bud. So I can't hear you. I'm gonna mute you again, okay? Maybe mom can help with your Wi-Fi a little bit.
You could try leaving and coming back or putting him in the waiting room.
Yeah, we're almost done with class, so I'm not gonna do that for him. And I think he can hear me. It's just when he tries to talk, I can't hear him very well. Maybe next week.
We're almost done. Just my brother has to write his words real quick first.
Okay, sure. We'll wait. Yeah, no problem. That's fine. We'll leave it on the screen for just a little bit, okay? So now you guys have a lot going on in your brain because now we have to remember King Philip come out. Oh no, what is it? Who can tell me?
I remember.
King Philip.
come out for goodness sake.
Come out
Okay.
for goodness sake.
King Philip, come out for goodness sake.
King Philip, come out for goodness sake. You're so right. You guys are so awesome. I'm so glad I have you on track.
Can we tell jokes while we're waiting?
Well, we only have just a couple seconds, so I'm not gonna get into jokes because we're not actually done with class yet. We're not done. Maybe at the end we'll have a couple minutes for jokes. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And Kanisha, if you wanna tell a joke, then maybe you could tell a joke when we have some more joke times. Okay? Do you want to tell a joke? Maybe.
Yeah, but when we all can tell jokes later.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, fabulous. When we're all ready, you can tell a joke. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do, actually, we're gonna go to the next slide. Now remember, if you still need the spellings of these, I am going to email this to everybody so you'll have everything, okay? We have just one more thing to do. We're going to practice what BRAMF means, okay? We learned this last week. I love this song.
Bacteria is still on the thing. Bacteria is still on the screen.
Good grief. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to practice BRAMF. And then after we practice BRAMF, Grace is going to show us her brochure that she made, because that's actually your homework for the week. And then we'll have a couple minutes to tell jokes, I think, because we're a little bit ahead of schedule. So usually we're behind and we're like taking up tons of time, but we're going to try to get through this. Grace is going to show us our homework for the week. Then Kanisha's going to tell us a joke, and maybe one or two other people. Okay. All right, here we go. BRAMF. Again, I have to turn it down because I'm sure that there is an ad. Nobody wants to hear the ad, or maybe we do because that looks really cool. All right, moving up. I'm going to skip the ad. Here we go. Here's our BRAMF song. If you know it, sing. Okay.
Birds, reptiles.
Here we go.
We are mammals, warm-blooded animals. Mammals are found everywhere. We give birth to life. I've got some hair.
Oh yeah, I got some lots of hair.
The things they breathe on land and in water too. Eggs to tadpoles and tadpoles to little frogs, as if they've got two lives. Birds, reptiles, amphibians, and mammals and fish.
Birds, amphibians, and mammals and fish.
Cold-blooded vertebrates, that's what the reptiles are. They have dry skin, they're covered in scales. Komodo dragons and snakes and chameleons and dinosaurs were reptiles too.
Here we go.
Birds, reptiles,
Amphibians,
Birds,
reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and fish.
have gills. What do they use them for? They live in waters which are sweet. Fish have scales and fins to help them swim and glide through the waters deep. Birds, reptiles, amphibians,
Mammals and fish.
Birds,
reptiles, good job.
I've forgotten which class of vertebrates, ones which fly through the sky. Yes, birds, not the other ones. They're the chirpy, tweety ones. It's feathers that make them birds. Birds, reptiles, amphibians,
Mammals and fish.
birds,
Reptiles and fish.
reptiles,
Amphibians, mammals, and fish.
Reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and fish.
amphibians,
Reptiles, amphibians, birds, and fish.
birds, reptiles,
Amphibians, mammals, and fish.
And
Birds, reptiles, amphibians, mammals,
because you remember,
reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and fish.
I can still hear people singing it too. Mute. Whew. Man, you guys are awesome at this. Okay, so here's your homework for the week. All right, now it looks like Grace maybe thought her homework was for this week because I emailed it out to everybody. So she made one, so she's going to show it, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about it first. If you haven't checked your email, you should have all of this information in either your email or your parents' email, somebody's email, right? Somebody should have it. What we're going to do is create a 6 Kingdoms brochure. If you want to turn the assignment into me or take pictures or show me, I would love to share all over our Facebook page and our Instagram and on our website to show all the cool projects that you guys are working on, okay? If you don't want to turn it into me, that's okay too. You can just make it to keep at home, okay? And then the other thing that we're going to practice is practicing our BRAMF song. Easy, super, super easy.
Miss Sarah,
Yes, Victoria.
what kind of is it for our 6 kingdoms and we design a new one?
It's for your 6 kingdoms, and the details are all inside the email that I sent along to your parents for homework. Oh, Victoria, you're frozen, love. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can find it, and that way then I can share with you what it looks like, okay?
I couldn't hear you. You froze.
I'm frozen?
Yeah, there you are.
Okay, hold on. Stay with me. Hold on really quick. I'm going to try to open the...
We will. We don't really have a choice.
Yeah, it's true. You're right. Thanks, Grace. Let's see. I am trying to open it up inside on my computer so that I can show you guys what the assignment looks like. That way, if you don't have it in an email right now, you will again, and I will send it again. So don't worry about that. My computer is just taking.
Miss Sarah, I saved the papers from when I did mine.
You did? All right, let's do this. I am going to stop screen sharing really quick, and I'm going to open it back up so I can see everybody. And then I am going to Grace, where are you, my dear? Okay, Grace. Okay, I have Grace's big face on our screen now. Grace is going to show us the brochure that she made, and that way you kind of get an idea on what you're trying to do. So go slow, sort of. Okay, Grace, so everybody can see.
Okay.
Okay.
So I started off with a basic title. Hang on. That.
Okay.
So the kingdoms of life, which is what I put. Then I just drew a picture of a animal. I wrote my name at the bottom.
Fabulous.
Okay, so yeah. So whenever you open up your brochure, you're gonna you could write the instructions say that you're supposed to put the Animalia kingdom or the Animalia, some kingdom, the 2 kingdoms together.
Yeah, the bacteria kingdoms, right?
The bacteria kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put Animalia.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put fungi.
And what did you put? So I can see you have pictures, Grace, and then I can see that you wrote some words, right? So
oh yeah, so I wrote the names down. I wrote if they have a nucleus or if they have 1 cell or multiple cells.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I wrote.
Perfect. You want to show us the rest of your pages really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Oh, yep. Okay. Fabulous.
Then you go to the other side, open it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's algae, a flower, moss, a tree. Then we have fern.
A fern. Yeah, look at that.
And then my sister's, we did the same thing basically on, but hers is in Braille.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very awesome. I love it. And she added pictures. Wonderful. Fabulous. Thank you for sharing, Grace. What I did now, look, now I can show you guys. Oops. Let me get out of here really quick. I have it on my computer now so I can show you the directions. So this is what the directions look like, okay? So what it says is it wants you to make you a brochure, 1 piece of paper, and you're gonna fold the piece of paper like this here down on the bottom of the screen, okay? It'll end up looking like here. And what you wanna do is you wanna answer these questions for each kingdom, okay? Both of the bacteria kingdoms can be put together on 1 page, okay? And then we have all of our other kingdoms. We know about them. We have bacteria, protists. I married a fungi, our animal kingdom, and our green thumb plant kingdom, right? And we want to answer these questions. Are the organisms unicell, meaning 1 cell, mono, or multicell? And do they have a nucleus in their cell? Do they make their own food? Are they an autotroph or a heterotroph? And other important characteristics. And you might be like, Miss Sarah, you have lost your mind, okay? Because you taught me all of this information so quick. How am I ever going to remember all of the information that I have to put on here? Well, you guys, Miss Sarah is not that horribly mean, okay? In the attachment, there's also some information for you to read over. It gives you examples. It tells you all the information, okay? So all of this is together. Here we're talking about the plants. Here we're talking about the protists. We know that for our pinky, right? Here we're talking about the bacteria, okay? And the other bacteria that all go in our monocell, our one, right? And Animalia, it goes in our biggest, right? Because it has the most, over 1,000 or 1 million known species, right? Okay, so all of the information is there. I do not expect that you remembered everything in class today. That would be horribly mean of me, okay? But what I do want you to do is create a brochure, kind of like Grace showed us, and then you guys are going to share it in your group or in our class next week. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Grace, I don't even know how to make you not big on my screen anymore. Hold on. Here we go. There we go.
I fixed it.
Does anybody have any questions about the homework?
Yes.
Okay. Who said yes? I can tell that was either Naomi or Bethany. Was it? Did you one of you say yes?
I do, but Bethany was just saying yes that she was on mute.
Okay, Isabella, go ahead.
I have a question to something else. Remember the 6 kingdoms?
Yes.
The entire time you've been calling it the 6 kingdoms when we only had 5, when we only covered 5 kingdoms.
So it's because both of the bacteria kingdoms, there are 2 bacteria kingdoms, the eukaryotic and the archaea. They both go in the first one. Okay, we only have 5 fingers. And so this trick that I taught you goes over 5, but both of the bacteria ones go inside your mono. They go inside your first finger, your index finger for 1-celled organisms.
Okay, thank you.
Isabella?
Yes, thank you.
Fabulous, fabulous. Any other questions about your homework? And remember, this is not required homework unless your parents are requiring it. It's totally up to you guys whether or not you want to do it. Okay. But I do love seeing the projects that you guys work on. So if you want to show me next week, I would love to see you next week what you work on. Maeve, George, I don't know. Is that how I say your name? Am I saying it right? Oh, go for it, girl. What you got? What question?
Is the animals the biggest kingdom or the plants?
Animals go in our biggest kingdom. They have over 1 million species. They go in our longest finger because they are the largest category of animals. Okay. And then our plants are our green thumb. I can grow plants because I have a green thumb. Therefore, they go on our thumb. Okay. All right. Fabulous.
Sarah, your thumb was just straight.
That's because I was thinking about it. If I think about it, I can make my thumb straight. Otherwise, I have these funky thumbs that like go sideways. Everybody show me your thumbs. Let me see. Isn't my thumb so crazy? Like it's crazy. It just goes like all the way backwards. You can see it up against my hat better. Look at that. I have to like think about it, like be straight, thumb, be straight. And then I can make my thumb straight. It's the weirdest thing. I don't really know what's wrong with my thumb. Does anybody have any other questions about our homework?
Well, I do.
Okay, Victoria, go ahead.
Well, it's not really a question. It's just an artificial fact.
Okay.
So I can clog my nose on purpose. Yeah.
That has nothing to do with our class, Victoria.
I know.
Other than you are an animal that fits in our Animalia category, in our largest category, right? Yeah. You are a funny girl. Okay, so everybody mute. We're gonna allow for 2 jokes because we're just barely at 2 o'clock. And I promised Kanisha, I think I'm saying that right, that she could tell a joke if she wants to tell a joke. So Kanisha, I would love to hear your joke, my dear.
Her name is Lydia.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know. All I can see was what's on the screen. Is that mom? Yeah.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the party?
Why didn't the skeleton go to the party?
Yes.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the party? Raise your hand if
Because everyone would be scared.
because everyone would be scared. That's a good answer. Calliope. I said it right. I know I did Calliope. Calliope, what is your
Have a joke.
Because he had no guts.
because he had no guts. Is that the right answer?
No, because nobody wanted to go. He had no body to go with him.
Oh, he had no body to go with. I love it because he's just a skeleton, so he didn't have a body. I love it. Thank you for sharing that
I
joke.
want to do a joke.
I have a joke.
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. I know everybody wants to remember. Let me tell you, I'm going to promise you something, and I don't make promises very often. Okay, I'm going to promise you that I'm going to set up a jokes only class. Okay, it won't be on Tuesdays, just like our normal class, because I want to keep our normal class day. So I'll set it up for a different time, and it'll be jokes only.
No.
Okay. As for today, though, I'm going to allow one more joke, and it's going to be Lila, Abby, and James. But you guys are only allowed to tell one joke. Guys, not three, because there's three of you. So Layla, Abby, and James, if there's a joke that you guys want to tell, go for it.
Why did the cookie go to the doctor?
Why did the cookie go to the doctor? It looks like I can see Cohen is raising his hand. Cohen,
I know.
what is your guess?
Because he was feeling crummy.
Is that the right answer? Man, you guys are getting good at guessing your own jokes. Fabulous. Thank you guys for sharing another joke. Okay. It is now almost 2:05. We're going to be done with class. Please ask your parents to check their emails, okay? Make sure you guys have all the resources you need to create this amazingly wonderful brochure that you guys are supposed to create about our 6 kingdoms of life. Now, before we leave, let's do one quick review, okay? Number 1, mono. It holds 2 categories. 2 of our kingdoms go in this one. They have 1 cells, right? Both of our bacteria go in this kingdom because it's mono 1. Then we skipped to our pinky protist, right? And then our ring finger, I have a ring on my finger because I married a
fungi.
Okay. And then our largest one holds 1 million animals. And then I have a green thumb so I can grow plants. So remember, even though you have 5 fingers up, there are 6 categories, but that's because both of our bacteria go inside the number 1. Okay. You guys got this. And then don't forget.
Oh no, King Philip, come out for goodness sake.
King Philip, come
out for goodness sake.
King Philip, come out for goodness sake. Okay, remember that's how we remember our 7 levels of classification. All right, that's a lot to keep in your brain. You guys practice. When I send your homework, all right, guys, I will see you next week, Tuesday at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, not 1 o'clock. It was only this week that we needed to do 1 o'clock. Okay, so 11 o'clock.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Have a good day.